Thank you, Dr. Taga, for your introduction. Before we go and start our talk, our panel agreed that we dedicate this panel to our fallen hero, Batte Urgesa. Batte Urgesa was assassinated by Korena Genya, this squad of Abiy Ahmed, as we collected information from government agents, but they are trying to uh, label other people as a killer of him, but the truth is every direction, the information we have directs us to Abiy Ahmed's government. But he was an orator, intelligent, brave, determined, OLF political officer. He was killed because he's one of the best Oromo mind in promoting the Oromo struggle at this time. Being in the belly of the beast, he never feared the enemy. He always sit on their media, on their circles. He's articulated. The reason why they killed him is to make Oromo leaderless, to attack the Oromo Liberation Front. He was one of the important leader of the Oromo Liberation Front. The Ethiopian state was formed on the destruction of Oromo people. It continues by killing Oromo leaders such as Batte, and we missed Batte. He is going to be listed as one of the heroes of the Oromo struggle for self-determination. Thank you. I'm going to introduce my topic first. My topic is entitled Chasing Menelik's Ghost, Why Abiy Ahmed Has Failed the Oromo People. Abiy Ahmed's grand narrative of Ethiopianism attempts to rebuild the so-called Great Ancient Ethiopia. It glorifies Menelik's ghost and justifies state terrorism and the war on the Oromo people and others. Ethiopianism also rationalizes and justifies the Habasha colonial project of domination of the Oromo and others by any means necessary. As far as the colonized nations are concerned, Menelik's colonial settler state has symbolized darkness, horror, because it practiced terrorism, slavery, colonialism, genocide, and gross human rights violations, which have been practiced until now in Oromiyaa and beyond. However, since the 1960s and 1970s, in opposition to Ethiopianism, the development of national Oromo as Oromo nationalism, identity, national culture, and history has shaken the foundation of Habasha supremacy or Ethiopianism. The Ethiopian state led by Abiy Ahmed and his followers or other Naptanyas are using the ideology of Ethiopianism in attacking to destroy national Oromo and the Oromo national movement. Also, all Amhara political parties and religious institutions are engaged in ideological warfare to make the Oromo society leaderless. So the killing of Batte Urgesa is part of this political agenda. So I have a question. My question is, why and how did the conflict between Ethiopianism and the Oromo start to develop? Ethiopianism as an ideology in the practice of colonial project of the Amhara or Habasha started 900 years ago, when the Amhara invaders attacked the Oromo subgroups in Mans, northern Shawa, to destroy their religion, culture, language, and dispossess their lands. Although the total colonization of the Oromo during the last decades of the 19th century intensified the conflict between the Oromo and the Habashas, particularly the Amharas, Their conflict on resources such as land, identity, power, religion, culture, and history started in the 12th century. Using Oromiyaa as a resistance ideology and a survival strategy, the Oromo groups in months started to oppose Ethiopianism to protect their Oromo identity, culture, history, humanity, and to defend their country from Amara and their other invading forces. However, national Oromo as Oromo nationalism and the national culture and history began to develop with Oromo national organizations such as the Machat Ulama Self-Association in the 1960s and the Oromo Liberation Front in the 1970s to reimagine Oromiya's sovereignty, statehood, and democracy of the Gadaa Sikh system. According to Stokely Carmichael, an African-American nationalist, the free people need a mental, the first need of a mentally free people is to define their own terms, name, and the culture. The power of national Oromo as self-definition was initiated by a few Oromo nationalists, first who wrote the Oromo's Voice Against Tyranny in 1971, and restored the original Oromo name by rejecting the derogatory colonial name Galla. Oromo nationalists have paid dearly in restoring the authentic Oromo name, culture, and history, which the neo-Naftanya government of Abiy is working day and night to destroy through its institutions such as Korenagenya or Daisy Squad, schools, media, the army, and other agencies. Through self-definition, self-discovery, and self-legitimation, Oromo nationalists have developed collective consciousness of national Oromo to empower the Oromo people by struggling for liberation, freedom, and egalitarian democracy, and by attacking and delegitimizing Ethiopianism or Habasha supremacy. Menelik's state has been a criminal enterprise. Menelik engaged in colonial terrorism and genocide with the assistance of England, France, and Italy. According to Marshal de Salviac, quote, the charming Oromo land would be plowed by the iron and the fire, flooded with blood and the orgy of pillage. The end of quote. He also called this colonial event the theater of a great massacre. De Salviac also notes the Abyssinian and blood raids operated by surprise, mowed down without pity in the country of the Oromo population, a mournful harvest of enslaved people for which the Muslims were thirsty and whom they bought at a very high price. The end of quote. The Oromo oral history also testifies that the Abyssinian armies destroyed the Oromo and looted the resources of Oromiyaa and committed genocide through terrorism, slavery, depopulation, cutting hand and breasts, and cutting a series of creating a series of famines, disease during and after the colonization. This is what the neo-Naftanyas are telling, that this kind of history is sena kente, which means it is not relevant because according to them, collective history is a history that was created by Menelik. This criminal history, genocidal history. The Ethiopian colonial state established settler colonialism and developed 5 types of colonial institutions, namely slavery, the colonial landholding system, the Naftanya Gabar system or semi-slavery, the Oromo collaborative class, and the garrison town. So today, these Oromo collaborative class are becoming very dangerous enemy of the Oromo people. They speak Oromo language, they act like Oromos, but they are mercilessly continuing the policy of Menelik, killing Oromo leaders and killing the Oromo people. As one scholar says, Menelik was, quote, Ethiopia's greatest slave entrepreneur. Menelik controlled slave trade in the 1980s. With his wife, he owned 70,000 enslaved Africans, including Oromos. He became one of the wealthiest persons in the world. So racial slavery was practiced until the mid-1930s when the Italian fascists colonized the Abyssinian Empire and outlawed it. I say it's racial slavery that might be confusing you. The Ethiopian state, Ethiopian elites are racist against the Oromo people. They don't consider Oromo people as a human being. So they enslaved Oromos, they killed, they tried their best to destroy. Therefore, the Ethiopian state and the Ethiopian state elites are racist. According to New York Times, on November 7, 1909, Menelik invested in American railway stock. Quote, today, the Abyssinian ruler had extended the range of his financial operations to the United States and is a heavy investor in American railroads. With his American securities and his French and Belgian mining investments, Menelik has a private fortune estimated at no less than $25 million. This is the beginning of the 20th century, the end of the quote. So following Menelik, successive government of Haile Selassie, Mengistu, Mallas and Abiy have practiced authoritarianism, colonialism, terrorism, repression, land disposition, and economic and labor exploitation in the colonized societies to benefit the Amara Tigray elites and their Oromo collaborators, who have become members of the Naftanya settler class. So don't get confused when I say Naftanya. Naftanya also includes Oromos, Ethiopianized Oromos who defend the Ethiopian state, who follow the Menelik policies are Naftanyas. So Abiy and his followers are neo-Naftanyas, neo-Naftanyas that are terrorizing, killing Oromos today. Regime changes in 1974, 1991, 2018 failed to change the criminal essence of the Ethiopian state. Ethiopianism, Habasha supremacy, zero-sum politics, and Amara culture and language have remained intact for almost 150 years. Currently, the Abiy government is trying to stay in power by remodeling Ethiopian and Menelik's ghost and by undermining all changes that took place in the Oromo society because of the Oromo national movement. That's why Abiy is attacking Oromo nationalism, belittling Oromomaa, and in order to destroy the Oromo national movement. The Abiy regime is, I call it neo-Naftanya, because it tries to modernize the Ethiopian state by glorifying imperial leaders and the history of the empire, which is genocidal, while denigrating Oromo nationalism, culture, and history. The neo-Naftanyas are the descendants of Amara settlers and the Ethiopianized Oromos who have become the base for the Abiy government. The neo-Naftanya government is attacking independent Oromo political organizations, namely the OLF, OLA, and OFC. As the previous successive Habasha regimes terrorized and committed genocide on the Oromo, the Abiy regime is continuing these crimes to make the Oromo leaderless and exploit their resources, and to dismantle Oromiyaa. When Abiy articulates the greatness of ancient Ethiopia and its leaders, what comes to the minds of the Oromo are brutality, state terrorism, and human rights violations. Abiy's neo-Naftanya government is engaged in ideological warfare by attacking national Oromomaa or Oromo national history, culture, identity, and nationalism, and by glorifying Ethiopianism and Ethiopia unity. By chasing Menelik's ghost and attacking national Oromo, Abiy and his collaborators want to destroy the Oromo national aspiration for sovereignty, statehood, and egalitarian democracy. At this historical juncture, Ethiopianized Oromos and their other Naftanyas who are organized in Abiy's Prosperity Party, the army, the police, security structures like Korenagenya or Killers Squad are the major enemies of the Oromo people. These forces are assassinating suspected Oromo nationalists or nationalists and the prominent Oromo leaders such as Batte Urgeessa. Therefore, before it is too late, the Oromo people must intensify their national struggle to defeat Abiy's terrorist government and to uproot Menelik's ghost, namely Ethiopianism and Habasha or Amara supremacy from Oromiyaa and beyond. Thank you for listening.